Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. This is our second movie review of today. I plan on doing 3 movie reviews, and I'm still gonna continue the Halloween month reviews. So we're reviewing the Bloodshot movie starring Vin Diesel. It's directed by David S.E Wilson. Is that S.E or S.F? Oh, sorry, S.F Wilson. Uh, the screenplay is by Jeff Wadlow and Eric Heisler. And this is produced by Matthew Vaughn, who directed the Kick-Ass movie, and he also did what was that movie that was based off that Mark Millar book, something Gentleman. I don't fucking remember. The reason I got this movie was I decided I should probably do more Image and Valiant comic reviews. So I picked up some Valiant comics, trade paperbacks, 2 of which star characters that are very similar to each other, Rye and Bloodshot, and apparently they're like based. They have this similar comic origin. So the comic book character Bloodshot was created in 1992, and it's created by Kevin Van Hook, Bob Layden, and Don Perlin. So I thought I should probably, I'll watch the movie that's based off the comic book character. That way I get an origin story for when I start reading the Bloodshot comic. So, and my history of Valiant comics is when I was a kid, there wasn't any comic book store, so I would pick up whatever it was at convenience stores, and I was a late bloomer when it came to reading. So my parents they found this convenience store that had not convenience store, it was like a dollar store that had old comic books, old 90s comic books, and all the comic books they had were Valiant and not Marvel, Valiant and Image comics. And I read Dr. Solar, Shadow Man, and other random books. I think I read Supreme and Pit, which were back then in the 90s. How the non-DC and Marvel books would try to get readers is by making edgy kind of comics to get the readers, right? So their comic books would have edgy shit in it and ultra violence and sexual references. So shit that was fucking a kid shouldn't read. So it's it kind of honestly it turned me off of comics and made me get more into manga, reading Shonen Jump and stuff, and that's how I kind of got into reading. So so that kind of turned me off of Valiant and Image and more into DC and Marvel stuff. But I don't know, honestly, in my opinion, the only non-DC and Marvel character that should get a comic book movie, a superhero movie, is The Max by Sam Keefe, but that's probably never gonna happen. Well, we'll be lucky if we get a fucking animated movie. So my thoughts on this movie is it was a lot better than I thought it was. I'm kind of a casual Vin Diesel fan. I mostly like him because he's kind of there's a lot of fake celebrities out there that will pretend to be into geeky shit, whereas he is a genuine Dungeons and Dragons guy. He played Dungeons and Dragons in the 80s apparently, and he even has a tattoo on his chest of Malkior, which was his D&D character, which was a half dark elf or half drow, which the drow is what they call dark elves in the D&D book. So I thought I would check out this movie. I am somewhat a fan of Vin Diesel, though I thought that Witch Hunter movie he was in was kind of shitty. I still went to see it in theaters. This I didn't see in theaters because I think this came out during the beginning of the COVID pandemic. I can't fucking remember, but yeah. I thought the movie was cool. It has this Groundhog Day kind of feel to it, slash Memento, which is why they put Guy Pearce in this movie as the evil Dr. Emil Harding. So what's going on here is Vin Diesel plays Bloodshot, which is this guy who was like some kind of soldier who at the first 40 minutes of the movie is like a revenge story where there's gonna be spoilers here, which is it's a revenge story where like he's a Navy SEAL kind of guy. He goes in, rescues a hostage, kills some terrorists, hangs out with his beautiful wife, which sounds American. If I remember correctly, she sounded American in the beginning, but like you see her again, she has like a British accent, and she's living in London, England for some reason. But we'll get into that. They get kidnapped by some dude played by Toby Kebbell, who wants to know like how did he find out about the terrorist cell kidnapping the American or whatever, and like which was a stupid question because he's a grunt and that's what he wants is intelligence. So it's like, why are you asking a grunt something only an intelligence officer would know, right? And he even straight up tells the guy, hey man, that's not my job, okay, I can't help you with that. What happens? He gets killed by the dude, Toby Kebbell, who's like I think he's playing like supposed to be a mercenary in that scene. Who knows? And gets resurrected by Rising Spirit Technologies, and they have this team of like ex-soldiers turned cyborgs. You got one guy who was blinded, and now has wears this vest with cameras, and his optic nerves connects to the camera so he can like see from all different directions or whatever. You got another guy who has robot legs who claimed to be part of Navy SEAL 6, which from what I heard, whenever there's like Navy SEAL 6 is not a set team. It's like whenever there's a mission, they just get whatever the top Navy SEAL soldiers are at the time and send them out on a mission. That's what Navy SEAL 6 is, but whatever. You have this girl who's like was like I think they said she was straight up a Navy SEAL. She's really good at swimming. She got caught up in a chemical attack and had her lungs replaced, and now she can breathe anything, even bioweapons, and she'll be fine, right? So you have this team there, and they're basically there just to keep Ray Garrison in check, as you find out. So he goes rogue. Ray Garrison goes rogue, and Ray Garrison played by Vin Diesel. Goes rogue, kills Toby Kebbell, and then you find out that after he does that, you find out that it was a setup. Guy Pearce is manipulating his memories and having him go after Rising Spirit Technologies employees who know too much about the inner workings of their technology, right? Oh, I forgot to mention, Vin Diesel, his powers are they put nanomachines in his blood. He has enhanced strength, enhanced agility, and he has basically Deadpool powers. The nanomachines will repair any damage to his body, though he has a set amount of energy. The nanobots need to be recharged. If he gets too hurt, like too often, before the nanobots have a chance to recharge, like he can die, right? And also he's weak against EMPs, which guess what happens? EMP goes off and nukes his, like, blasts his ass, right? So I thought the twist in the movie was good. I like some of the supporting characters. Wilfred Wiggins, who's played by Lamorne Morris, who helps Ray Garrison regain control of his life, so he can go off against Dr. Emil Harding, was cool. I thought that I, I don't know. I thought the acting with all the different characters was okay, even though like I've never actually seen these people acting anything before. The action scenes were great. Some of the dialogue here and there was a little weak at times, but I don't know. It's okay. It was okay. The cinematography was good. Did not, and I kind of there was some bad writing in the beginning of the movie, but it gets um like like shoot away because it's part of a simulation. So they there's like some inside jokes in the movie about the bad writing and all that shit. So I don't know. I thought that was a little annoying. Uh, Guy Pearce honestly does a great job in this movie as Dr. Emil Harding. He's one of those actors where he doesn't care if a movie is good or bad. He'll give like 100% like a performance. So he's like the opposite of like someone like Bruce Willis, who's like one of my favorite actors. But like if he thinks like a movie is bad, he'll just like give a half-ass like a half-ass performance, like in this movie, like in that that Death Wish remake, which I'm thinking of reviewing because I actually like this movie. Which it was directed by Eli Roth, if people didn't know. And I kind of like it because it's like a pro gun movie, but it takes place in Chicago where they have like the most strict fucking gun laws, so it kind of doesn't make sense, but whatever. Yeah, I thought the action was great. I could see why people would hate the CGI action scene at the end of the movie where you have the guy who I think his name, what was his name? Jimmy Dalton, who's like the Navy, sorry, the SEAL Team 6 guy with the robot legs. He gets like he gets like a exosuit, robot arms connected to his back. So there's like this huge fight scene between him, Vin Diesel, and then Tibbs, who's the guy with the cybernetic eyes. They have this fight scene in this elevator shaft where it's falling, and like you have the actors are replaced with CGI models, but then they're switched with the real life actors. It's like all mixed in. I don't know. I thought that scene was kind of shitty, but at the same time, it's like it's a superhero movie. You're gonna have CGI fight scenes. It's kind of like it's like that's always gonna be a thing, especially when you're gonna have these big epic fights. There's only one shot in the movie though where he kind of looks like the comic book character, which honestly, if you look up the comic book character, he doesn't exactly look that cool to begin with, because he basically just has white skin, red eyes, and has like a red like spot on his chest. Which here you get that in the movie when the nanobites are in use, his chest glows, because I guess that's the power source that's where his power source is stored. I don't know. They didn't really explain that that very well. They just said, "Oh, those that spot is when is heat generating inside the body when they're healing, right?" But like, wouldn't that be all throughout the body because the nanobites are inside the blood or whatever? Like, I don't know. I don't know. If I have to give this movie a rating, I thought it was a fun movie. I like the twist. It's not your it's not like your typical superhero movie. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. All right, peace. The next movie we're gonna review is Faust, Love of the Damned, and we still got Hack Slash First Cut to review. All right, see ya. Stupid mouse.